Cops attack young black family, unaware the father is a Delta Force commander. Before we dive in, this story hit the comments and tell us your city or country. Let's see how far this story reaches. If you like the video, please subscribe. They were trying to enjoy a weekend getaway, mother, father, and their little girl, when a wrong turn changed everything. Flashing lights, aggressive voices, guns drawn. The officers didn't ask questions, they just assumed. A black family in a luxury SUV must be stolen. The child cried, the mother screamed, and the father stayed quiet, but not because he was afraid. No, he was calculating. What the officers didn't know was that this man had led elite missions across enemy lines, but now he had to survive one in his own country. Watch until the end to see what happened. Darius Carter wasn't the kind of man you noticed in public. Calm, reserved, and intensely protective, he had spent over a decade in the U.S. Army's most elite unit, Delta Force. After years of classified operations and sacrifice, he was finally home for good, building a quiet life with his wife Nicole and their 6-year-old daughter Ava. That weekend, they took a trip upstate. Fresh air, nature, peace. It was supposed to be simple. Driving his black Escalade, he let Nicole DJ, while Ava giggled in the back seat. They'd just exited the freeway, trying to find a scenic overlook when his GPS glitched. One turn onto a quiet rural road, and the mood shifted. A patrol car pulled out from the trees, trailing them. Nothing new, he was used to looks, to suspicion, but something about this one felt different. He rechecked the mirror. The second cruiser appeared. That's when he knew something was coming. The sirens lit up the forested road. Darius signaled, pulled over calmly, and rolled down the window. 2 officers jumped out, weapons already raised. "Hands where I can see them," they barked. Ava whimpered in the back. Nicole raised her hands, voice shaking. "What's going on?" Darius didn't speak. Not yet. He knew how these situations spiraled. He kept his hands on the wheel. "Step out of the vehicle, now," one officer shouted. "You match the description of a stolen vehicle report." Darius slowly opened the door, eyes trained on every movement. One officer holstered his weapon and moved to cuff him. "Do not resist," he snapped. Nicole screamed, "He's a veteran. This is our car." The officer shoved Darius against the SUV. Ava cried louder, her small fists pounding the window. Another officer pointed at Nicole. "Out, hands up." Darius's eyes locked on the man. His voice, calm and cold, finally spoke. "In my glove box is a DoD ID card. Read it before you make a mistake you'll regret for the rest of your life." The officer hesitated, then opened the glove box. Silence. His face paled. Darius Carter, Lieutenant Colonel, Delta Force, highest security clearance. The realization hit like a freight train. The cuffs were off in seconds. "Sir, we didn't realize." The officer stammered, but the damage was done. Nicole stood shaking. Ava clutched to her chest, traumatized. Darius didn't yell. He didn't curse. He looked the officer dead in the eye. "You never stopped to ask. You never looked. You saw my skin, my car, and you drew your gun on my child." The silence was louder than any apology could be. The officer stood there, helpless and ashamed. Darius turned, gathered his family, and drove off without another word. But the rage, the humiliation, and the lesson burned deep. They made it to their cabin, but the weekend was ruined. Ava didn't sleep that night. Nicole cried in silence. Darius sat alone by the fire, staring into flames, not thinking about war zones. Still, about the battlefield he'd just survived at home. He had faced terrorists, dictators, and foreign threats, but nothing had ever made him feel so powerless. And he wasn't alone. Millions of black families live with this fear every day, whether they're doctors, teachers, or elite soldiers. Because racism doesn't check ID, it only sees color. The real question is, how many more decorated veterans, fathers, mothers, daughters, must be broken before the world opens its eyes? If you enjoyed this story and found it thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Take care.